This video is brought to you by Flower Magazine. See the description of this video to subscribe now and receive 6 copies each year for more beautiful interior design, flowers, and gardens.
I think our biggest inspiration was from the Regency-style architecture of the house. We spent a lot of time in England, so I have got to enjoy some of the interesting detail and design work associated a lot with Regency-style homes. So I wanted to kind of make that the jumping off point for our designs. My name is Jared Hughes. I'm with Jared Hughes Design here in Atlanta, Georgia, and we did the stairwell and the adjoining landings here at the Flower Magazine Showhouse. So we kind of wanted to stick with stacked art in the stairs, some beautiful draperies, specifically portieres, because they do a lot of that in classic Regency-style homes in England. And a nice mix of antiques. I think one of my favorite vignettes in our spaces would have to be, there's 2 different moments that have beautiful antique chests. There's a chest that's on the 3rd floor of the space that's a beautiful George II chinoiserie chest, and there's a really beautiful gold mirror that sits on the wall above the chest. There's also a great lamp that Christopher Spitzmiller just designed after something that I had found that I was inspired by. He's actually started calling it the Jared lamp, which is a huge honor. But I think the tightness of the vignette that has the marble pedestals, the chinoiserie chest, the chintz-covered chair really kind of encapsulates the feel that we're looking for, or that we were trying to achieve in the space. We really wanted to do an interesting installation in the stairs. So in my personal home, I collect antique oil paintings as well as contemporary and abstract art. And most of the paintings in the stairwell actually belong to me, whether they're hung or not currently. They're mostly in my inventory. So all the pieces are really personal, and I think that it adds a really interesting layer when you mix different styles and periods of art. So that was something I really wanted to focus on as we were kind of stacking or creating how we were hanging the art in the stairwell. There's a couple of great artists that are more contemporary artists: Michael Dines, Will McClure, Stephen Shawn, Jean Glenn, and Wayne Pate are some of the more contemporary artists we have. And so we have those mixed in with beautiful antique oil paintings, and I think it really creates just the right amount of tension. The stair runner is actually a runner that I've been obsessed with for a really long time. It's from the Rug Company. It's part of their Diane von Furstenberg collection, and it's Climbing Leopard. I think we tend to use a lot of animal print runners and stairs because they hide and are so forgiving as far as how the pattern is. So it was nice to see that the Rug Company was doing something different but the same, if that makes sense. So it actually has the physical outline of the leopard, and the way that they weave the rug and lay the rug on the stairs, it actually appears that the leopard is crawling up the stairs, which I think is just something that's it's almost ironic and quirky and classic all at the same time. The biggest brand that we worked with was Fabricut, and then some of their individual brands that are under the Fabricut umbrella. We specifically worked with the Jean Monroe collection, which is a very iconic and kind of heritage brand of English fabrics. So you can see the Jean Monroe fabrics on the upholstered chairs as well as the skirted table. It's a really, really beautiful chintz. It's called Rose and Fern. There's something like 26 different blocks of colors on that fabric. So it really, really is a truly artisanal, handmade fabric. And then also the Jean Monroe wallpaper that's on the walls, that's the beautiful kind of green botanical vine. We also worked with Vervain, and they did the absolute kind of beautiful Italian-esque looking blue printed fabric that's on our door draperies, on our portieres. Then there is the Fabricut trim, that's the bullion that really kind of added some weight and drama as well. And then there's also showcased is some Fabricut leather that's tufted within the elevator on the walls, and then a Stroheim grass cloth on the hallway that shares the bedrooms. Other than Fabricut, we used the Rug Company for the runner. Hector Finch was absolutely wonderful. They have a new Venetian lantern that they actually, I think, only have a pair of currently, that we were able to get one of that hangs in the stair hall. It's this big, overscale, dramatic black lantern with gold accents that really is a nice kind of grounding and anchoring piece of light that holds itself in the stairwell. And then Circle Lighting as well was wonderful to work with. We took their different sconces that we put in the stairwell and in the hall, and then actually just had the lampshades painted so that we could add kind of a pop of color, since most of the walls that were in the space where the sconces were staying white. Downstairs, we also used Gracie wallpaper. They do beautiful hand-painted papers, and there was an antique paper that Jen had sent me some pictures of over time, that she had some collections of pictures of, that we reproduced and had framed to hang in the lower level of the house. And we also were able to work with Hancock and Moore downstairs. They made these two absolutely beautiful tufted leather chairs for us that I think are going to be in their collection now. It's a very traditional kind of English chair, tufted back, pretty rolled arm, a beautiful wood leg on a caster, and it's really super comfortable. I love Regency style architecture, so I think the architecture that Peter Block did for this house is really special. It has a very transformative feel when you walk in. It doesn't feel just like any house that you can just, you know, go in the front door somewhere here in Atlanta. The ceilings are really tall, the moldings are beautifully deep. There's great details, lots of windows throughout, and that sometimes can, you know, pose challenges, but the amount of light that this house has inside of it feels really, really good. And there's a lot of interesting and unique spaces. There's a great speakeasy, there's a champagne bar in the owner's suite. So I think that the house overall just has a really special and elevated feel. For more information on Flower Magazine and to see the other beautifully designed rooms here at the Flower Show House, you can follow Flower Magazine on YouTube.